So what exactly did you write this week?
So, I have a lot, are a lot of things for me to remember about Summertime Polka. And so, my mom said that I should write it down on a piece of paper so that I could look at it and remember all the things that I needed to do, like that means to lean on the note.
Is that a tenuto mark? Right.
Yeah.
And is there a tenuto mark in Summertime Polka? Let's see.
There's that one.
That's right.
There's actually a lot.
Very
There's
good.
that one.
And you wrote lean, which is a really good mental prompt. You didn't write accent. You said to yourself, I don't want to poke it. I want to do a little what? Leaning on it?
Yeah, making it.
It's very good. Now, what else did you remind yourself?
Well, sometimes I run away with the staccato and other things, and so I did 149 for the metronome speed that I will play it at.
Very good.
And then I did flow through legato.
Beautiful.
And wrist forward ending whole note, which is right there.
Right. So actually, I remember last week, this phrase here, which I'm showing on my video, is the one you were really thinking of, one long line. And at the last three notes, you rolled your wrist forward so you didn't get bum, 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 ooh, like vowels, no consonants, right?
Yep.
Very good. What else did you write there?
And then I also did don't jump far off keys for staccato.
Right. Why would you think that it wouldn't be a good idea to get?
Because when you jump off and then you have to go back down, it's hard to find the note that you need to use, and also that you're trying to play next. Like if you go, then you have to go down and then try and get it again. And
it certainly gives a nice, big, wonderful burst of sound, but it gets you a little bit disconnected, right, when you have lots of notes to play. That's right. Okay, what else did you see?
And then I did brighter, livelier staccato, because sometimes you kind of start mixing and mushing your staccato and turning it like in between staccato and legato.
Right, you want to kind of get a kind of bouncy, one bounces out of the other with a certain buoyant kind of snap crisp. Are those good words like mental images? Do you think that mental images play a role in how you play a piece, that you have to visualize something? Would that help if you were teaching this to one of your friends? How would you get them to get into the spirit of it? What would you say? Would you say it's a dance, so it has to be lively?
I would say it's a happy dance with people dancing and tapping their feet.
Good job. Now let's look at the tempo. We saw that it said moderate. So it could be moderate, but it also could drag a bit, and then it could go overboard and get too fast. So it's something like in between, right? If it's in between, it could still have sparkle. Could it have a lot of sparkle even at moderato?
Yeah.
Right, good. So now we're going to actually play it, all right? And you were playing with a metronome when I came in. That's an interesting idea, because it was mostly for the staccato section. That staccato gets people kind of thinking it's faster because the notes are short. But they do take up the same space as the quarter note, right?
Especially when there's a lot of staccato in it.
Yeah. Okay, now what about the dynamics? Let's talk about that. When you plan your playing, you have to map out your dynamics. So what does it start with?
So here it's forte.
Uh-huh.
And
that's
then
still forte.
all the way down there. And then usually you can kind of like make it a little bit softer here.
Because why? It's a
cadence. Because it's like
end
decaying away.
It's sort of like dropping your voice in a sentence.
And then here it's medium piano.
Is that a big difference from forte?
Yeah.
It sure is.
Da, da.
Right. So you want to listen to this decay. Why would you listen to the decay on when you play the note before the staccato section?
Because it kind of gets you ready for the staccato.
The continuity of the music, right? Like comes from somewhere and goes somewhere else. That's right. Brilliant. I love what you did. Can you give me an idea of what your steady beat will be before you play, like by going yum, bum, bum, bum?
Yum, bum, bum, yum, bum.
I like that. That's a beautiful tempo. Okay, I'll give you 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now I'm just going to make one comment. I think your staccato got a little bit quick. You probably didn't know it. And most people kind of don't know it until they watch a video, which I do of my own playing. And they go, oh my gosh, I rushed that. I didn't think I was rushing it. So I would like you to go back, and I'm going to kind of be the beat counter for you. I'm going to conduct it. Can you go back to your original tempo? Before you play. Was.
Ba, ba.
Okay, now if you're doing that, then bum, 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 ba. So, don't get faster. Bum, bum, hold two, yum, yum, hold two, yum, bum, 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 hold two, roll into the softer. Big now, yep, bum, ba, yum. Now taper. Right, and you could broaden a little at the end so you convince yourself as well, the listener, that this is the real ending, right? Because this is called a fine, where you come around and play it again, and then the listener has to go, is this going to repeat again, or is this finally the beautiful ending? So you can afford to make a little more of it getting slower, not too much. Now that was much better. The other thing to be aware of is your thumb. Make it a feather light thumb, because thumbs have this way of playing too loud and getting in the way of the line because they're short fingers. So think up with your thumb. When I say think up, I mean even in legato you can think up. Like, look, see my wrist is going up. It's not falling down. And even in staccato it's going up too. Okay, let's go back to the whole thing and let's really, and steady out, which is much better this time, steady out the middle section. Okay? So I'm going to be like the conductor all through it, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Yep. Chi. Soft thumb. Big. And softer. Here's the decay. Bum, 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 yum, bum, bee, yum, bum, bum, yum, bum, 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 tea, big again, bum, 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 roll in soft thumb, roll to there, bum, bum, yum, bum, bum, taper down. Good.